Hey, how about it, race fans? Richard Allen on motorsportsreport.net, and I'm coming to you today to kind of give an explanation for what's been going on with motorsportsreport.net and some other things that are happening as well. Just to kind of bring you up to speed, as probably a lot of you know, I used to be on a website called InsideDirtRacing.com, and we also had one called InsideCircleTrack.com that we used to cover some NASCAR stuff and all that. I was partnered up with Michael Moats in those two ventures for about 10 years and really had a good time doing that and enjoyed it and wound up. It was about a year ago at this time I informed Michael that I was going to go off in another direction. It had nothing to do with, there was nothing going on behind the scenes or anything like that. It was just, well, I guess in a way there kind of was something going on behind the scenes. I have two sons who are 22 and 19. Cody and Austin, and they have for a long time been showing interest in motorsports, and I thought this. I wanted to come up with a way to get them even more involved and give them some opportunities like the ones I have when I would come home from covering various races. I'd tell them about the behind the scenes things that were going on in the pit area and the garage areas and stuff like that, and I wanted to give them an opportunity to experience that too, and along with that, my oldest son, Cody, is a student at the University of Tennessee majoring in computer science. So we decided to build our own website. That'd be something to look good on his resume, and the fact that he'd build a website that gets a fair amount of traffic and also that he helps maintain it as well. And then both of them contribute to the site either in photos or with written contributions as well. We have a thing called View from the Pits that we do on a pretty regular basis, almost a weekly basis, that allows them to get involved as well. So I had a lot of fun with that over the past year. They each got to be credentialed to NASCAR races. Cody went to Bristol as a credentialed media, and Austin went to Atlanta as credentialed media, so we enjoyed that. We had a lot of fun with that. And of course, they go to Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series races and World of Outlaw late model races, and we went to Golden Isles high limit races, and they go to various others, XR, Southern Nationals, events such as that as well. So we've really had a good time with it. So that's kind of why, and it's about a year ago at this time that I decided to go in that direction, and it's worked out great. So far, really enjoying it. But also at the same time, about, I don't know, maybe 2-3 months ago, Michael Moats and I talked about the possibility of motorsportsreport.net acquiring Inside Dirt Racing, which we've done. And we now operate two Facebook pages because of that. The Inside Dirt Racing Facebook page is where I post the motorsportsreport.net dirt stuff on that one, and then the motorsportsreport.net Facebook page, a lot of NASCAR and other stuff winds up on that page. So we're kind of in a way sort of splitting things up just a little, just to kind of make it easier for our readers to know what to expect from each site. Of course, we have Twitter accounts and Instagram that we run as well through motorsportsreport.net, and I have my own Richard Allen IDR X account. I don't know if it's Twitter anymore. It's kind of hard to remember that even still after it's been that way for quite a while. But anyway, so that's kind of what got us to this point, and so now I just wanted to kind of talk about going forward. You may have noticed, I know y'all don't lay awake at night wondering what I'm doing, but you might have noticed toward the end of this past racing season, things kind of dropped off a little bit, and I want to kind of explain why. It's not because I was losing interest in racing. That's certainly not the case. But just kind of this perfect storm of crazy events that happened to keep me away from the racetrack as often as I normally go. For one, and I'm not going to go too deeply into this, but my mom, her health is deteriorating. She's almost 81 years old, and there's some health issues there. But my sister and I had to, of course, divert a lot of our attention to helping take care of her. But now we've been able to get her into an assisted living facility where they're doing a great job looking after her needs, and it's kind of freed us up a little bit. Obviously we still visit as a visitor yesterday on Christmas, for example, and so did my sister. But, it takes us away from a lot of the day-to-day responsibilities that we were having to do more and more often because of that. But that was one reason I kind of had to curtail some of my racing activities to help out with trying to help take care of her house that she lived in at the time, and things like that as well. But then also, I said, some crazy circumstances. 2 days before I was going to go to Eldora for the Dirt Track World Championship, a deer decided to run in front of my car, or in front of our family van, and basically destroyed the front end of the van when it did that. So obviously had to go take it to be repaired. Well, that put us down a vehicle, and I wasn't just going to go off and leave my family without a vehicle to drive. So wound up not going to Eldora for that reason. Then also on top of that, I've been a regular attendee of the World of Outlaws World Finals in Charlotte over the last several years, but I didn't go last year. Not only do I have the stuff going on with my mom and various things like that, but at the same time, the flooding had wiped out Interstate 40 going across the mountain from Tennessee to North Carolina. And at that time, they didn't have I-26 reopened either, so there was just really no good way to get there. And so I wound up having to cancel that trip as well. So two of the big events that I normally cover in person, unfortunately, I was not able to. So I didn't drop off intentionally. There was no I don't want to do this racing stuff anymore. There was nothing like that. It was just this crazy set of circumstances that happened. In 2025, I'm definitely planning on getting back to the racetrack. As a matter of fact, over the last few days, I've been organizing my schedule to see where I'm going to need to get credentials and hotel rooms and things like that. If you don't know, I'm a high school teacher. I teach at Seymour High School in Tennessee. So I kind of plan around that as well. Obviously, that's priority number one. That's what pays the bills. So I have to make sure I've got all that taken care of as well. But as I said earlier, my sons and I had acquired InsideDirtRacing.com to go along with motorsportsreport.net. The plan is, excuse me, the plan is that the new stuff that we write and things like that are going to continue to be on motorsportsreport.net. So I hope you check that out regularly. But then I get a lot of emails with press releases and things like that. And so we're going to start putting the press releases and that kind of deal on InsideDirtRacing.com, as well as when we go to races, whether it's me or one of my sons, we take a lot of pictures. And a lot of those pictures wind up just kind of going unseen unless I put them into a Twitter post or a Facebook post or something like that. So we're going to start using the InsideDirtRacing.com as kind of a sort of a photo dump as well. And that'll give folks who like, and I don't know about you, but I can look at pictures of race cars all day long. And so if you're one of those, that'll be a place coming up here in 2025 that you can check those out. But for now, the plan is, full speed ahead, motorsportsreport.net. We cover NASCAR. We cover dirt late models, dirt sprint cars. It's pretty much anything on wheels that races. We cover it. I enjoy NASCAR. I know a lot of dirt fans don't. But I'm named after Richard Petty. I've been a NASCAR fan my entire life, and I don't plan for that to stop. And same thing, love dirt racing as well. So enjoy getting to cover that and enjoy the relationships that I've been able to make with track owners, team owners, drivers, things like that I have gotten to enjoy over the last 10 years or so that I've been doing this. But anyway, that's kind of the plan. That's why we are where we are and where we intend to be. But for now, I appreciate you taking the time and hope you'll just continue as our hit numbers show that you are checking out the website. So we greatly appreciate that, and certainly hope that you'll continue to do so. But for now, I hope you had a great Christmas, and I hope you have a very happy new year. But this is Richard Allen on motorsportsreport.net saying I'll see you at the track.